proprietary software does have some advantages in that a lot of money has been spent developing it. The company that supplies it, like Microsoft or whoever it is, will supply regular updates. They tend to be supported by institutions quite heavily because they've invested in contracts with the suppliers. So they provide a kind of reassurance and stability, in a sense, for projects. Of course, they are, at the same time, they're expensive. They may not do the job you want them to do, and they're not very easy to customise. So what you get is what Microsoft will supply you with. And bugs in the software can only be fixed by the supplier, not by the sort of in-house team. So then turning to open source software, the good thing about open source is that the source code is supplied with the software, so it can be changed by the researchers, by the research team. It can be customised for a particular task. You can fix the bugs locally. And also, I think there's quite an interesting point to be made about open source software creating a kind of digital community out there between researchers and IT experts, so that you get software that's used by one project, maybe customised by another project, and gradually you build up community expertise, whereas in the case of proprietary software, it's all in the hands of the big corporation, so to speak. And then that software can itself be an output of the project, so that a project can then deliver customised open source software as one of the outputs of the project. So that has advantages for research teams. So I think there's a lot of flexibility associated with open source software, even if it doesn't have necessarily the depth of investment and the backup that proprietary software has. Of course, there's less financial muscle behind it, so to speak.